What's good, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's one, we're going to be going over the top 5 cars for under 250,000. We're going to be going from least expensive to most expensive. So yeah, let's get right into this. Alright, starting with number 1, we have the Comet. Now this car is an all-round beast. For 100k, this car is literally everything. Decent top speed, decent traction, decent braking. It's just an all-round decent car. Now this car's got a very good acceleration, unupgraded. As you see, it gets to 100 straight as I take out my garage pretty well. And it's just, I don't know what to say. This car is one of the best starter cars that you can have, mainly for speed. Now I do want to clear up, this is my own personal opinion, and these are like the cars that I would use when I was just starting the game, because obviously 250, that ain't the highest budget, and you can't really get too many vehicles. I mean, there's a lot of vehicles for 250, but not very many good ones. So this is my personal best. At this level, I'm looking for cars that can get me to A to B as fast as possible, not necessarily like armored cars on that, because they're way too expensive. So these cars are just going to be the ones with what I think are the best all-round stats, the best easy to control. So yeah, now the Comet is a great first car, very cheap, very easy to drive, great braking for 100,000, great top speed for 100,000. It's all round a great car. Now this video is under 250k, so I thought I would upgrade it a little bit, and I think I added the engine and the transmission. I added like a couple cool like things just to make it look cooler, like there we go, a GT wing on like the spoiler. But it came to around 180 after upgrades, and this is what it's like after the upgrades. It's very fast. The acceleration booms straight up to 100 on the dash there. It even goes up to 120, but obviously the dash doesn't tell you the exact thing. It's very close though. But this car is original model in real life. It's from the Porsche 911, which is a very nice looking car. But let's get on to the next one. So the next one is the Obey 9F. So this car is coming out priced at 120,000. A very nice looking car indeed. It originates from the Audi R8 Spider in real life, and I mean, what can I say? It's a very good car for the price itself, and also again, because it's a 250 budget limit, you can fully upgrade this car. So this car will end up being way better than, let's say, a car that you bought for like 230,000 or 200,000, because you can fully upgrade the acceleration. You can add whatever you want to it to make it cool. You can like add lights and stuff. But this car all round has a great acceleration from the back. It has good steering. And yeah, no, the only thing that I would say about this car, which could be better, there isn't the best customization for it. There are customizations, but it's not the best. It doesn't have the most items to choose for, but you can still customize it pretty well. But yeah, it's also an all-round good car, and it will get you to A to B in the time that you need it. In the upgraded version, I think here we see how fast it goes to 100. And see, it gets to 100 really fast. Obviously on the dashboard isn't what it actually says it is, but it would be close enough to 100. So its acceleration definitely improves, and this car, after upgrading what I personally did it, again upgrading, I think I upgraded the brakes in this one. Brakes, transmission and engine, it came to around 210,000 with the spoiler and everything. So on to the next one. Alright, coming at number 3, we have the Rapid GT. Now again, this car has amazing acceleration for how much it's worth from the start. It nearly has a complete set of full bars, but this car's base value is 132,000, meaning there's a lot of room for upgrades if your 250,000 is your absolute budget. But this car, I mean, this actually is one of my favorites out of the whole list. This car, just for 132,000, is insane. It's all round insane. The top speed's very decent. It's into the last bar, just about, and the acceleration is already nearly max. So even without upgrading the engine or anything, this car is automatically very fast. And as you see there, it gets to 100 on the dash, no problem. But then again, as I said, it's not gonna be 100, but it might be. So we don't know. We don't actually know. But this car, again, like the Audi R8, it doesn't have the best upgrades. It doesn't have the most variety of like things you can choose. But still, you can make it a very nice looking car. This car is based off the Aston Martin V8, which is a very nice looking car in real life and GTA Online. And this car also has a very nice sounding engine. It's very unique. Also with the upgrades that you see there, it just gets to 100 on the dash very easily, and it just, you can upgrade it. I think I bought the transmission and just the engine for this one and the spoiler, but it came to around 200,000. So yeah, no, it's a very good car, and for the price of 132,000, even if you just have 132,000, I definitely suggest getting this car. And then we go on to the fourth car. It's the Carbonara, I think that's how you pronounce it. Also, it's got great stats from the start, as you see there. The traction is a little bit bad, but we'll come into that in a bit, why it actually kind of benefits the car. Again, hits the 100-mile dash unupgraded pretty quickly as soon as I left the garage. And I find this car really fun to use, got a very unique engine sound. The original car is from the Ferrari F12, which is a very nice car in real life. So it's a very nice looking car, and I just find the controlling on it is just very smooth. And as you saw there, you can kind of use the traction that isn't there to like kind of drift around corners easier. So that's what I found, that it actually kind of benefits. It doesn't swerve out, like it hasn't got the least traction where it swerves out too much, but it's got the just right perfect traction where you can just swerve in and drift like into the where you need to be. So it's a pretty decent drifting car, I would say, but it's not the best drifting cars, but it's just an all-round good car, and it has that bonus of being able to drift. Again, like the 9F and the GT, it doesn't have the best customizations, but they are there. There's a lot for you to choose from, but it doesn't have as many as other cars would. But it's all round amazing car. Sounds amazing also. This car comes in at a total price of 195,000, but here, as you see, I've added the engine, so it's around 230,000, and it's easily hitting the 120 on the dash right there after I've upgraded. Wow, it even hit 192.5. I didn't even know that. Probably isn't like that, but it hits it on the dash, so let's just believe it's around around where it is, like what it's saying on the dash. But and as you see there, it is actually a pretty decent at drifting. So if you're a drifter, pick this up. On to the fifth and final one, we have the Vaca. Now this car is also another great car. It's actually a supercar, and it's based off the Lamborghini, I always forget it, the Lamborghini Gallardo, I think that's how you pronounce it, and it's got like a mixed McLaren MP4 12C, I think, front on it. I'm not too sure, I might be wrong, but it's mixed with that. This car's a brilliant car, coming at a price at 240,000. So if you've got that 250 budget, you can't really edit it that much, but it's honestly just a great car to have. And even if you have millions over the budget and you're watching this video, I suggest you buy this car anyway, maybe to collect or just have a bit of fun with. I was swerving here to show that you can literally swerve and you don't spin out, so it's got very nice traction, very good top speed. Like, all these cars have very decent stats for the price like they have. It's a great car to get to A to B, get to businesses and such. Also just a very crisp looking car. It's a Lambo, what do you expect really? So it's just very cool. Again, it has decent upgrades, maybe a little bit more than the other four we went over, my bad, but not too many again. But it still has some very decent upgrades, and it looks very clean. It does its purpose, and I mean, what more can you want? It's just an all-round amazing car. I think I didn't end up I just resprayed it and put on a spoiler, so it did kind of go over 250, but it didn't really do. It was just for effects, if you get what I mean. It hasn't changed the thingy, trying to keep it realistic as possible. But yeah, now we're gonna get into a little test, but I do highly recommend that you get one of these and pick one up. Now this is a little speed test to see which car can get from the start of the airstrip to the other side, but I'm just gonna let this play out. These cars are all the edited ones after I got to Los Santos, but they're all under the 250k budget, and after this I'm gonna go through and show you all the cars and how much they cost. Alright guys, that's that video over. I hope it helped you out. Hope it gave you like a kind of idea of maybe what car you want to get next. But I'm going to be uploading another top 5 under 500k. But other than that, let me know what you want to see. But I'll catch you guys on the next one. It's been Halo, and peace.